All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol AMC, AMC Entertainment Holdings Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I have a new ticker symbol that you won't want to miss towards the end of this video. Now, we've talked about others in the energy sector, and most importantly, yesterday we reiterated on the chart, we talked about CLNE, and today I have a new one that I have not mentioned, and some people may not even be aware of this one. I actually came across this one recently. The chart is looking very healthy, the financials and the forward outlook for this company, and it's being compared to some of the top dogs in this sector. So stay tuned to the end so you guys can watch more information on that. We're going to go over the chart, financials, and potential for this stock moving forward. So here we are with AMC. AMC broke through resistance, reached newer highs, and now it's dipping right back down. So almost everything that it gained, it's already lost. So this was really fast. Now, I want every single investor to be aware that that's going to continue to happen until every single investor that is holding from way up here or anywhere above these numbers starts to eliminate or get rid of their position, because a lot of investors are cutting their losses because unfortunately we sometimes don't have the patience because we have other plays that we want to get into. We take the small loss and we go ahead and move on to go ahead and liquidate some type of cash to move on to another stock, hopefully getting back or recovering those losses over the next few trades, right? That's how a lot of investors think, especially day traders and swing traders. Now, if you're able to hold long term, is there potential in AMC? Supposedly, according to articles and different stuff about their innovation and how they're going to look at things moving forward, and the hopes of herd immunity for movie theaters to reopen and go back to normal. But that's going to take some time, and there's a lot of volatility to go through that point. But I do want every single investor to be aware that every time this stock has a slight move upwards, like we saw today, it's going to lose that almost entirely, because a lot of investors that have been in way before are finally making a decision to say, okay, I've seen how low this has gotten. It came back up a little bit. I'm going to cut my losses here. Now, if you disagree with me, you can go ahead and challenge that down below in the comments. But I believe that's what's really going on here. And if you do agree with me, I look forward to seeing your thoughts on this and how you feel about AMC overall. Now, a lot of investors too are waiting because they're expecting for this to run again. You know, they're hopeful that we might see some type of run. It might not be the same as it happened here, right? But some type of upward push or momentum is bound to happen, according to what a lot of investors are commenting and stating that they're seeing. So that is another risk as well. You got to know your risk tolerance there if you're willing to hold and wait for that. But just based off the chart, I'm noticing that every time it goes up slightly, investors are getting out as quickly as they can. So let's go ahead and jump in on this, see what the chart is showing us. And I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold any positions on AMC. I'm just here to inform you guys on what the charts are showing. So this is the resistance from yesterday, 590. This is not even a resistance within this chart today with the movement that happened. And this isn't even the official resistance. But because we're below it and it got broken through and it lost traction and it's slightly below it, right? Not that far from it, and it's close to the 50-day moving average of 577. I want every single investor to pay close attention to 590 moving forward, okay? Going into tomorrow and the next coming days. This is an important resistance level that needs to be broken through and held itself up above it, all right? The chart overall and the stock price. So keep that in mind. Now, it's a pretty narrow stretch there, but it's about to get broader because this is the true resistance level, the highest point reached before the fall. So we already know the 50-day moving average. We're slightly below it, and our support is 564. We're currently sitting at 569. This is a very close one. So if that gets broken through, the next support is down here at 546, and the lowest is 527. So you have those points there to watch carefully. how this is going to play out the rest of the week, and if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast. You want to watch these areas carefully. Now, our resistance level based off today's price movement is 658. As soon as it reached it, it got rejected. 658 in the next coming days or weeks needs to be broken through significantly by the bulls to pull further away from the 50-day moving average, turn it into support, and continue to reach newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Stay tuned to the end because I have a ticker symbol you definitely want to add to your watch list and keep on your radar. Stay tuned. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is part of the energy sector as well. I know we've talked previously about others like fuel cell, we've talked about CLNE and others on the list. And this one is Canadian based. Now, a lot of analysis ratings are pointing this one upwards. So let's go ahead and look at the chart. And the ticker symbol is AQN. I don't know if you guys have heard about it or know anything about it, but it's Canadian based. And you could see in the chart since that big fall, right, last year in February leading into March, right, it went ahead and dropped from highs here of about $16, almost $17, to about $9 and some change. And here we are now at $17.51. Now, throughout the year, it's taken time to work its way up. The ups and downs, right? The volatility of the market does exist and it's always going to be there. That's unavoidable. But through the ups and downs, it keeps on hitting newer highs. Now, something else that really attracts me to this stock is how their revenue and profit has been growing since 2017, 2018, 2019. And I could see 2020 being even better, right? Overall. And you could see it here. They had only one bad quarter. And I can also see 2021, 2022, and moving forward, having this exponential growth here on the chart and also in the revenue. Another thing too that I find attractive about this is its dividend. Now, dividend isn't always something to, go ahead and say, hey, I like this stock because of dividend, because sometimes dividend can try to make you come on in and join on in on the stock. But what good is a dividend if the stock is going downwards or having a downward spiral? But when we look at this chart over the whole course of the year, this has been pushing upwards, right? It's had its consolidation periods, its ups and downs, but it keeps on hitting new highs. Now, market cap is also another thing that's very interesting to me, how small it is. And one of the Forbes contributors, so if you can find that article, his name is Roger Conrad, said back in December that this is the future next era energy. So if you're familiar with next era energy, you can think about their chart, their revenue, and their growth. This is said to almost be comparable the future next era energy of Canada. Very interesting stuff. So I really want every single investor and viewer to do more due diligence and research. And once again, it's a Forbes contributor. His name is Roger Conrad. If anybody can find that article and list it down below, I would really appreciate it. I didn't have time to go ahead and pull it up and go ahead and add it to the video so you guys can see it and we can read over it, because I want to go ahead and get jumped into these charts. But I just want every single investor and viewer to be aware. AQN is definitely one you want to add to your watch list and keep on your radar moving forward. And this is said to be next era energy in Canada. That's a big, bold statement. And if you know next era energy, they're the top dogs right now, one of them actually, and they did a split. So they went almost all the way up to $300, and they're probably after the split way beyond that with so much more room to grow, right? Right now at the split, I don't know exactly what they're at, so let's take a look at it. But if you go ahead and see next era energy's chart, it's going to be pretty amazing to think that this is being actually compared to next era energy. So when they did the split, it was a 4-to-1. So if you multiply 84 by 4, we're talking about almost $330, almost $40 per share right now. It's what it's valued. So if you look at it, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be the same exact size and, you know, we're going to get the same type of returns and it's going to be the same market cap, but there's so much room here just based off the chart. And when you look at this chart over the course of time, it's just been moving upwards. And when we go all the way back to the past, same thing. Look at that. Look at that trail. Look at that trail. It's just been pushing upwards. Now, it seems to be a very slow mover, but that's fine. That's fine. It gives you time to get on in on more and go ahead and load up for the next ride. So I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts and feedback on this one. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.